Namaste and welcome to Pramanik Astrology channel and welcome to this new episode wherein we are going to talk about how to know the strength of the planet in one's chart. There are several planets and we have to decide which one is the strongest in your birth chart. This is what we are diving deep today in this video. Okay. If you are new to this channel, make sure you are going to this workshop. You can see the link in the pinned comment. This is a free 3-hour workshop you should definitely attend. And once you attend that, you will get so much value. Don't just think that it's free, so you know, it's just a webinar. No, don't think like that. Okay. Make sure you are putting in 3 hours once you register, and that will really help you to understand how to read the birth chart, even if you have no prior background to Vedic astrology. Okay, please confirm this audio and video is okay so that we can proceed with today's subject. Hello Ayushi, hello Danya, welcome. Can you please confirm the audio if audio is okay? Excuse me. Just just give me thumbs up, AV thumbs up, like audio video is all right. Okay, and those who are watching it live, welcome to this stream. And those who are watching it as a replay, uh, just go through the timestamps if available. But the structure of this video will be talking about the Shatbala concept, where we talk about the strength of the planet, and we'll cover some of the questions based on this topic. Okay, so if you are interested into Q&A, you can jump into the Q&A, or you can stay here. Okay, so yes, welcome Jailam, Priyam, Manishankar. Yes, thank you, Danyaji, for the confirmation. Okay, so how many of you have enrolled for this workshop? You would see that into the pin comment. Make sure you are going through that and watching it. Okay, I would highly recommend it. Okay, now, so let's coming back to the today's topic. Today we are going to talk about the strength of the planet. What is the strength of the planet? Okay, strength of the planet shows that the capacity of the planet to do certain things with power. Okay, whenever we are judging any planet in our chart, there are certain things uh, we have to consider. First thing is the dignity of the planet, how that planet is feeling in that rashi. Okay, and one thing you have to see is the nature of that planet, whether we are talking about the Venus, or we are talking about the Saturn, or we are talking about Mercury. Okay, the nature of that planet also important when you're talking about the strength of the planet. First thing is nature of the planet, whether it is a malefic, benefic, what are the qualities of that planet. Next thing to consider is the dignity of the planet. Dignity of the planet shows the mood of the planet. For example, this is Saturn. Okay, and it is into the sign of Aries, so he's not comfortable. Okay, so first we have to consider the planet in we have to analyze, then we have to see the rashi, then we have to see the rashi also gives you clue about the dignity of the planet, whether it is exalted, debilitated, mool trikon, all these things. It will give you an idea about that. Okay, another thing about when you're judging this, when you're judging the planet, next thing comes is the strength of the planet. Once we know these two things, the third thing we consider is the strength of the planet. The literal meaning of the word shad bala, shad is the number 6, and bala is the literal strength of the planet. Okay, and how we decide the strength of the planet? Okay, let's jump into that. I'll share with you one few of the slides from my course. Just a second. Mm, Let me just bring. Okay. Okay, so this is the Shadbala. This is by the way the document I'm getting from my course, 33 days Vedic astrology boot camp. If you're interested, you can join as well. Okay, so first thing we look for is, what are the how to understand the strength of the planet. First is the inherent strength of the planet, the nature. Okay, the Naisargik Bala. It is called as a Naisargik Bala. The next thing is the position, and we oftentimes see that, few of the planets are working great in certain houses. Okay, so this is called as a sthana bala. Okay, position is called as a sthana bala. Then the motion, before that the time. Okay, that is a kala bala, whether that planet is uh, getting a strength by the timing. Okay, we are going to look into all these points in depth, like what are the types of time which we have to see, and then the direction. Okay, this is something people often talk about, that each planet has direction where it works great, and directions are houses. Okay, for example, the ascendant is the east point, literally astronomically, but you can say it's a east direction. The fourth house is the seventh house is the west direction, and the north and the south. Okay, so you can see these directions. So each planet gets a strength by just being into that direction. What do I mean by that? For example, let's say sun is in the first house, so sun is rising, so sun is in the first house, so it's getting a strength. Or for example, Jupiter in the first house gives strength to the Jupiter. Mercury in the first house gives strength to the Mercury. Sun in the 10th house, Mars in the 10th house gives strength to Mars in the 10th house. Venus in the fourth house. Okay, so the direction of these planets also plays an important role into these strength assessment. Okay, so now you would do this exercise on sample chart as well, wherein you would face the complexity, where you would face all kinds of variety of conditions. We'll look into that. Okay, then another important aspect is the motion. This is the this is oftentimes an misunderstood concept. This is motion is called as a cheshtabala. Okay, and cheshtabala is mm, cheshtabala is retrogression. The planet is either moving, is either stable, or is either moving backward fast. So these are different movements or motions of the planets. Okay, and this is super important when we are judging the strength of the planet. Okay, so let's look into that. These are the six strength of the planet. Whenever we are looking for the strength, first is inherent Naisargik Bala, whether this planet is naturally strong. Okay, and how do we decide the naturally strong? It's just that the bigger the size, the planet is stronger. Simple. Okay, so Saturn is the strongest planet. Okay, so it is literally depending upon the size of the planets, the Naisargik Bala. Okay, or the Jupiter is also a giant planet. So this is nothing but the literal um, strength of the planet, whether it's a bigger planet, heavier planet, or a smaller planet. Okay, so this brings in the impact. It decides the impact of those planets onto the chart. Next is position, the sthanabala. We talked about it. Mercury in the first house, Jupiter in the first house, Sun, Mars in the 10th house. Okay, then the direction, then the time, kalabala, and then the cheshtabala, and then the aspects. Aspect is also the most important step, or the most important element. Okay, if you just want to understand which one is the most important of all, I would say that position, the sthanabala, is most, like, percentage wise, it is more important. And then aspect is unique. Okay, aspect of planets bringing in the strength is also oftentimes overlooked, but it's an important aspect of Shadbala. Okay, now we will look for, in detail, one by one, what they literally mean. We talked about the Naisargik Bala. Okay, so this is a Sthana Bala. This is direction. Jupiter and Mercury in the first house, Sun and Mars, Moon and Venus in the fourth, Saturn in the seventh house, right? Now the Kalabala. Okay, few planets get strength in the day. For example, Venus gets strength in the night, or Sun gets strength in the morning. So this depends upon which planet is at which place. I'll explain you this in detail when we will analyze a sample chart. Okay, we have to come back to these slides again and again. Okay, and yeah, so waning and wax, the monthly strength, the pakshabala. Okay, there are two pakshas to each month, the Krishna paksha and the Shukla paksha. It starts with the full moon, new moon, full moon, new moon, Shukla paksha, and Krishna paksha. Okay, Purnima, Amavasya. It just goes on. Each month is ruled by certain planets. Okay, so for example, if that month is ruled by that planet, and if that planet is placed into, um, let's say you have a day timing of birth. Okay, for example, a person is born at say 10 a.m. in the morning with Jupiter in the first house. So now this Jupiter has a sthanabala. This Jupiter has, the day and night, the day strong planet. So this person has the day strong planet in the first house. So this Jupiter gets higher strength. They called it rupa. Rupa is, the currency, a coin, a point for this, a brownie point for, being into this uh, right time of day and at right position, the sthanabala and the kalabala. So each planet you have to follow and analyze by all these strength. For example, year, month, day, hour. We talk about hora, right? Horas are nothing but the hours ruled by the planet for that day. Similarly, an year is also ruled by a planet. Month is ruled by a planet. A day is ruled by a planet. So when a day is ruled by that planet has a strength in on that day. Let's say we are talking about Thursday. If a person is born on Thursday at 10 a.m. in the morning, having Jupiter in the first house, so what it shows is this the planet Jupiter is a day strong planet, is in the first house, which is a strength by position. and it is also, you know, having some hora or day, some association. If a planet has more than 4 points of strength, positive, then that planet becomes strong in your chart. But which is the strongest planet? And here is a confusing part about the Shadbala. People oftentimes think that the strong planet is a good planet. Okay, that is not the case. Strong planet literally means a strong planet. A strong planet means a planet which can which has the strength to perform what it means in your chart. For example, I want to help you, okay, but I'm not a strong person financially, socially. I'm not that strong. Then I won't be able to help you, right? But let's say I want to harm you and I don't have strength, then it's good for you, right? So this is the most important takeaway or the take home message for all of you guys, those who are watching this, is the strength of the planet does not determine its goodness. It just determines its ability to perform what it means in your chart. For example, if a person is your enemy and if he does not have a strength, it's good for you, right? Or if a person is willing to help you, is having a strength, it's good for you. So you have to, put it in uh, a matrix. A person with the strength wanted to do good to you, without a strength wanted to do good to you, without a strength wanted to harm you, or is against you or challenging or whatever you call, or is good for you but without the strength. Then then you would know the real essence of the Shadbala. So the Shadbala, the most important thing is the mood of the planet. What this planet is supposed to do in your chart, that is more important. And if you want to know more about this Shadbala thing, I would love to explore all these things. Okay, uh, and I also mean to, go through each these points because there are so many points to cover. But this is the overview of what exactly can be Shadbala. Now go into we are going to go into one of the mm, example. Okay, so I'm just going to open this. Now here you will see a chart. This is a, the chart at the this is the chart for right now. Okay, so before moving that, I want to ask you, how many of you learned something new today? Just put in new into the comment box. Or was this session was helpful to you? Before we jump into the example part, I want you to put in new into the comment box. Or was it, do you had a moment of realization? Did you enjoy this? Just put in the into the comment box. I'm waiting for your response. Are you shipping the new? Yes, yes. Great. So this the strength of the planet, the take home message is strength of the planet does not determine its goodness or the challenges. Okay, let's talk about an example. This is Yes, let's talk about these for example, this is an example chart. I just casted the chart for right now. And if I want to see which is the strongest planet in this, which is the strongest planet in this, so what I would do is I would look at the first I will look at the let me go to the timing. The timing is 8 p.m. Okay, this is the timing is 8 p.m. So this is a night time. Okay, just keep a note of it. So any planet which is a night strong will get a strength. Which is that? Which is Saturn and Mercury. Right, now let's look at the Shadbala of this chart. Okay, so I'll go to the calculation summary, and I would go the Shadbala thing. Let's do that. Okay, now here you will see the Sthanabala for this chart, right? And you will see the Mars is getting the first rank of strength. Okay, so here we have considered the Sthanabala, okay, the Digbala, the direction, the Kalabala, the time, Cheshtabala, the motion, Naisargik Bala, the inherent nature, and Drigbala. Okay, and see, you would see Shadbala in rupas, right? I told you they give some rupas. Okay, rupa is nothing but a currency, you can see. Okay, so and then you would see the minimum requirement, the percentage required, and then you see the relevant rank here. This relevant rank, you would see some numbers from 1 to 7. So you would see that 1 is written here. Okay, so for this chart, for this time, for this date, Mars is the strongest planet. Okay, now we'll go to the Mars. Now we'll go to the Mars, and we will see the calculation summary, why it is the most, the strongest planet, right? So here you will see for Mars you will see that it has a Naisargik Bala, and you would see these percentages as well, which is coming as 1.4. And now you have to consider all the timings as well. Okay, so this is an 8 p.m., so this is a night strong. So you should know which are the night strong planets. I will share them with you, which are the night strong planets and which are the day strong planets. Okay, but for an example, remember, Saturn, Moon, and Venus are night strong. Jupiter, Sun are day strong. Okay, Mercury is strong at the sunrise and sunsets. Okay, and so this is an 8 p.m., so this is a night time. So you would see that overall strength of the Saturn is at the second rank, Mars is at the first rank, right? Moon is third. All the night planets are getting the strength, and Venus is at the fourth rank. Okay, so the Sthanabal also matters, which has the most points in a percentage. So you have to see what is the position. So let's look at the position of this Mars. So this Mars is in the 11th house. Okay, 11th house is closer to the 10th house. Okay, but not the 10th house. Usually Mars gets the strength into the 10th house, but yes. And then you would see that Mars is a night planet. Then you see it is into the fixed sign. Then the next thing to look at along with the Shadbala is the Lajitadi Avasthas. Okay, Lajitadi Avasthas is the, I would say, the missing link about how we feel about certain planets. Okay, these are very simple rules, but we don't give importance to Lajitadi Avasthas. Okay, so if you really want to make a difference in Vedic astrology, I would recommend you to learn about the Lajitadi Avasthas along with the Shadbala. Okay, if you just learn something with Shadbala Avasthas, and the Avasthas, the Lajitadi Avasthas, and the Shadbala together with the Ishtafala and Kashtafala, then you will have an idea about the real essence of that planet. Okay, but yeah, so yeah, this was the strength of the planet. Okay, if you have any question, please share your question into the comment section. Okay, so yeah, I'm just waiting for your questions, and then I'll explain you as we have questions, and we might go back to the notes, we might go back to the chart. Okay, so just stay with me. I'm waiting for your comments, waiting for your questions if you have any. Venus and Mercury in the ninth house for Capricorn ascendant. Is Venus weak? No, for this, you need to be specific. Okay, you can ask a generic question so that specific questions would be difficult to address here, because then I would not know which one. Like if you ask me, I have Saturn conjunct Sun into the Capricorn ascendant in the 10th house or in the third house, which one is so? I won't be able to answer that because I don't know the day, I don't know the time, I don't know the positions of other, I don't know the aspects, right? But I give you the hint how you can judge this. Okay. What if someone is born at midnight? It's AM in the chart, but yet it's a night. So what would be? Yeah, it's night. Okay, sun. Just focus on sunrise. Okay, before sunrise, after sunrise. Okay, after sunrise it's morning. Before sunrise it's night. Okay, and those couple of hours before the sunrise, that's when Mercury rules. Yes, yes. What about this? Can all planets in the chart be equally or near equally powerful? What happens in that case? It can be rarely, okay, because if one planet, there is the percentage of strength given to it. So if I'm giving some points of position to some planets, it's not going to help others. Let's say I have 5 planets conjunct in Leo in the first house, and I'm born in the night time. So some of the planets are going to lose the points. Some of the planets are going to get the points by just being in Leo, being in the first house, being in the night time. Okay, and make sure those who are interested into this also follow, and uh, I think I have shared this video with the email subscribers about the Hora. Okay, Hora is also a part of this. Hora is nothing but the hour. Each hour of the day is ruled by a planet. So it's nothing but during that time of the day, the planet becomes powerful. For example, let's say I'm in Tuesday into the Mars Hora. So Mars becomes powerful. If someone is born into that time, so that Mars becomes powerful. So for example, today is Friday, and let me see the Hora for Friday. Okay, let me just check the Hora for Friday for 8 p.m. Okay, so so Friday, so for Friday, the Hora of Mars is in the 8:30 p.m. Okay, so again, Mars is getting the strength here. Similarly, just look at the hora and you would know more about the strength of the planet. You can choose to do certain things during the hora which matches it. Okay, so yes. Anything related to Amos? Yeah, Amos is nothing but the conjunction of sun and moon. Okay, so again, the aspect part, when we'll discuss in detail, you would know more about these things. Okay, when a planet is aspected by certain planets, then it shows the strength. Okay, and you can keep adding layers to it. For example, if you are Taurus ascendant, then Saturn becomes Yoga Karaka. Now it's getting strength. Now it is aspecting your ninth lord, the not the ninth lord, let's say the fifth lord or the ascendant lord, the Venus, right? So it shows it shows you the strength of the planet. Okay, now next thing. Okay, so do you guys have any question around the Shadbala? Okay, we are not going to cover other questions, but if you have any specific questions around Shadbala, please share them. So I'm just waiting for your questions. Okay. If you don't have any questions, we can just stop. Okay. So, yes, this was Shadbala, as much as I could hold, grasp, and share with you guys. And if you are willing to learn Vedic astrology, join my free workshop. You know, this is literally free, which I shared, as a gratitude for people who love me and support me. So go and watch that video. It's a 3 hour video, so go and watch that. It will help you to understand more of that. I have talked about houses, planets, and so many other things. If you have no prior background to Vedic astrology, it would really help you to understand it. Okay, so yes, see you in the next see you in the next video. Next Friday we'll come up with another topic. If you have any topic in mind, just put that into the comment section, or I will take a poll. Please share your views here, okay, so that we can plan for the next Friday live session. Namaste.